All right, this is a 1975 Dodge S700 school bus. And we call this the Earnhardt bus because somebody who's a big fan of the Earnhardts painted half of this bus black and half of the bus red. And then they put Dale Sr. paraphernalia decals on the one side that was black, and they put the Dale Jr. paraphernalia and decals on the red side. Now we'll look at the red side later because you can tell even from the front that it's all faded off of there. Now, this is kind of a fun bus. It's running, it drives, it stops. It's amazing. I'm going to open the hood here. That thing's a little noisy. So we'll come up in here and we'll shut him off. That ticking noise is the air compressor. Has air brakes, air horn. I even got a Dale lanyard on it. So I got this bus over in Colorado Springs, and it's got a long story to that. But anyhow, I got it up and running and drove it home. And then it's been sitting here since then. That was quite a few years ago. But it's been parked in different locations around the farm, and I can use it as a workshop, or I store some tools in here now, see. All those seats are gone out of it, and only two of them left here. Got a heater, kerosene heater. Run that in the wintertime. But I'll tell you, this bus gets too hot. Yeah. All those windows, man, it's a big solar thing in here. So usually keep that window open and hopefully point it out of the weather. Otherwise it gets 120 in here. So on the trip from Colorado Springs, you see the seat's not on there. We had that seat propped up by some 4x4 boards and whatnot, and strapped in place. And that was the driver's seat coming over here. It's a couple 100 miles. And now the thing didn't go very fast up Monarch Pass. So what I did was I got a 4x4, just the right length, and I jammed it from the accelerator up underneath the dash there. And that was my cruise control. And we'd go up there, we were going up about 10 miles an hour. So you could, set the wheel and get up and go back and make a sandwich. Come back, turn the wheel a little bit more, Stuff like that. It was I only had one car that flipped me off on the way over. It just wasn't going any faster than that. Oh, on the flat, you know, it'd get up 45, 50 miles an hour, 55 probably. We're going to go look at the other side because show you around this engine. Now on the side there's a big old tank for the fuel. And what's left in there is an unknown quantity from the trip over here from Colorado Springs several years ago. So instead of using that, I got this set up here to run out of this little tank that I can keep fresh gas in if I need to move it. And the air cleaner's on the inside of the bus there. Now, interestingly, this is an international 450 some cubic inch engine. That's not what's supposed to be in there. It's supposed to have a 413. 413 truck engine. I happen to have one of those. Yeah, you can see there's the compressor, and that's what's make that ticking noise when it's running. Got the corner mirror for the kids and running in front of the bus. Here, we can shut that hood. At least partially. I don't slam it all the way down. Alright, so here's the Dale Senior side. I'll explain that up above there in a little bit. That says how bad. Oh, it says we got it real bad. Okay. There was a heater, I think, that was in that hole. Interior heater. See a water tank and a outlet plug. This is a big old party bus, boy. You can go to the races in this guy. I forget how long it is. It's a big boy. Here, we'll get in the shadow so we can read this. But it says, how bad have you got it? I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but up front it says we got it real bad. So there you can see the black side, Dale Earnhardt signature. This was the red side, Dale Earnhardt Jr. signature. And of course this was advertised Good Wrench Service, and this side advertised Budweiser. So up here on the top it says Budweiser, making women beautiful since 1876. And that was what I thought, I guess what they thought. Now you see a little blue paint here on this corner. And that's the other story of this thing. I rescued this from a couple of bimbos. And they were going to make this into a food truck. So, they bought the truck and the bus, and I don't know, they bought some supplies. They had a small stove and a porta potty and a sink, water tank, all that stuff in there. And even a window big enough to take out a couple of these so they could sell their food in and out of the bus. Yeah, so they get enough money for some house paint. So there was 2 of these bimbos. And so they got busy with the house paint. All right. And you can see one of the bimbos had the blue bucket. And we'll see up front here, the other bimbo had the yellow bucket, because she didn't get as far down the side of the bus as the blue bucket gal did. And I'll show you what slowed her up. Alright, so we got the blue bucket gal and the yellow bucket gal. Alright, and the blue bucket gal takes off and paints this blue line down here. Alright, and the yellow bucket gal starts off and starts painting this yellow. But she didn't just stop the windows. She went all the way to the top and painted all the windows yellow as she went along. So you can see how brilliant this is, because the yellow gal couldn't figure out how come the blue gal got so much farther than she did. And I've tried rubbing that off. I rubbed this house paint off here and up here, and it's too much work. Now, I was backing up this way. We've already been inside. There's where the big old fuel tank is, underneath there. Rick's Auto and 4x4. KG Graphics is who made that, wherever they are. Oh yeah, the other thing you'll see up here on the hood, I forgot to mention these guys. They got some fake stacks sticking out of there. And that thing in the middle, I don't know whether they had a siren on there or a flashing red light or who knows what. You know, it was just for parties. Just for fun. Oh, I got the big reflection coming off the windshield here. I'm gonna have to get all the way around here. Alright, so that's why it says up there, we got it real bad. Well, this video took a while to make. That's because it's a long bus. So, anyhow, darn thing runs and drives and stops and backs up. What more could you want? A little finish work? Maybe refinish? I don't know. Whatever you want. Give me a call. 970-986-1020. Thanks for watching.